Hey guys, welcome back. Today we have listed the top 6 4K Blu-ray players in 2021 in the market. Stay tuned to the end of the video and find out what you're missing so far. Oh, and by the way, links are in the description below if you're in a hurry. Let's get started. Panasonic DP-UB820. The Panasonic DP 4K Blu-ray player promises plenty on paper and backs that up with a hugely entertaining picture and sound performance. The UB820 can produce a picture of similar standard and nail the sound part of the equation. We could be looking at quite the home cinema bargain. The Panasonic DP-UB820EB is a chunky rectangle of a deck. It's much broader and taller than proper budget Blu-ray players, and the beefier dimensions give it a more substantial look. The DPUB820 also covers all the necessary bases where high dynamic range formats are concerned. There's HDR10 and Dolby Vision support out of the box, and the HDR10 Plus support too. If your TV supports these formats, the Panasonic will be happy to oblige. We fire up the player with Blue Planet 2 in 4K and HDR10. We head to the Galapagos Islands where we were greeted with a detailed and sharply drawn volcanic landscape. The Panasonic complements its exciting picture with sound to match. The DPUB820 delivers a weighty and powerful performance, capable of delivering explosions with plenty of enthusiasm and in a controlled manner. Sony UBPX700. The Sony UBPX700 is one of the best 4K Blu-ray players in the market. It endeavors to deliver a 5-star performance where its rivals have failed, and it succeeds with flying colors. With this price, I'm impressed with its picture quality. We start with the 4K Blu-ray of Thor Ragnarok, a kaleidoscope of vivid colors from the multi-hued gaudy garbage planet to the gilded halls of Asgard, and the Sony player juggles all these colors with an incredibly deft hand. Every blade of grass is etched cleanly. Thor's red cape has depths of gradations within its folds, and sparks of lightning split the screen with incredible brightness. It's a fun, involving performance with stacks of detail. Sony doesn't disappoint when it comes to sound quality. Its voices are front and center, and they are blissfully clear. The UBPX700 supports 4K 60p pictures and can play all types of discs, including SACDs and 3D Blu-rays. If you're a fan of streaming 4K, you'll be happy to know the Sony player supports 4K HDR streams on Netflix and Amazon Prime. Sony UBPX800M2. Sony's dedication to 4K Blu-ray results in another fine player for the money. I have big hopes when it comes to the Sony UBT800M2. The new model has been buffed and tweaked under the hood rather than being completely overhauled. The UBPX800M2 sits a couple of rungs up from what we'd call budget though, and its main rival is the award-winning Panasonic DPUB820EB. It is a little slimmer than the Panasonic, but still big thanks to Sony's frame and beam chassis design, which aims to increase rigidity and minimize the effects of external vibrations. Around the rear of the deck is a typical arrangement of video and audio outputs. Again, they're kept to a minimum. There are twin HDMI outputs that can be used to split audio and video, so you're feeding the purest signals into your display device and AV home cinema amplifier. There's also a coaxial digital output and Ethernet for wired internet connection, and you can access the player's built-in streaming services. Look closely and you can see a small Bluetooth logo. Yeah, that's right. You can stream audio from the player to a pair of headphones. We fire up the Sony and slip in the 4K Blu-ray of Spider-Man Homecoming, where we're greeted with a crisp picture with plenty of detail and insight. Sony UBPX1100ES. If your home cinema setup is of a standard that demands a premium Blu-ray player, then Sony UBPX1100ES is the one. When you make the leap from a budget 4K Blu-ray player to a more premium model, a couple of things tend to happen. Build quality usually goes up a notch, as does the level of engineering inside the player. Talking about the features, there are plenty on Sony's menu. The UBPX1100ES is a proper universal disc player, so its compatibility extends to SACD and DVD audio disc, plus 3D and 4K Blu-rays and DVDs. The Sony has a couple of HDMI outputs, which is typical for players at this sort of money. But this allows you to split the audio from the video, which can come in handy if you want to get the pure signal path for your picture and plug the player straight into your display. Sony also handles all manner of high-res audio files and formats, with a built-in DAC capable of allowing native playback of DSD files and PCM signals at 192 kHz. Dolby Atmos and DTS:X soundtracks are both supported too. Panasonic DP-UB9000. The Panasonic DP-UB9000 will help you bring the best out of any 4K Blu-ray collection in the market. The build quality of the DP-UB9000 can best be described as bomb-proof. It uses a rigid 2-layer chassis, which helps promote low noise and low vibration. The disk drive is mounted centrally and uses a thick steel plate to reduce vibration and noise during play. The DP-UB9000 comes equipped with a pair of HDMI outputs so you can send the audio to your home cinema amplifier while the picture goes directly to your display. The presence of a 7.1 multi-channel analog output will satisfy owners of legacy AV receivers. At the same time, you can take your pick from either balanced XLR or unbalanced RCA connections for stereo playback. The UB9000 also ticks the boxes of all the main audio formats, including WAV, FLAC, AIFF, and AAC. It uses a high-grade 32-bit 768 kHz DAC to help with all the data conversion. Pioneer Elite UDP-LX500. Pioneer's premium 4K player delivers a double whammy of the superb picture and incredible sound quality. The UBP-LX500's universal disc support, high-quality onboard HDR tone mapping, and formidable build quality make it a welcome addition to the Ultra HD Blu-ray player scene. The one thing you'll notice immediately about the LX500 is its sheer size and weight. The machined front panel has an impressive look and feel with solid buttons and a notable sturdy and solid disc tray. Pioneer's precision quartz lock system, a feature provided in the company's AV receivers, is used to eliminate jitter in HDMI connections. The LX500 also has a zero-signal terminal that supports a ground connection between the player and Pioneer gear featuring a similar terminal. The Pioneer's back panel are coaxial and optical digital outputs, LAN and RS-232C ports for third-party control systems, and a USB Type-A input. An RCA stereo analog output is provided so users can take advantage of the LX500's 32-bit 768 kHz DAC, which supports playback of 2.8 and 5.6 MHz DSD files. The standard definition deinterlacing performance is primarily excellent. A shortcoming appeared with video-based 60i content. Okay, that's all for today, guys. I hope you liked the video. Please tell us which products you'd like us to review next in the comments section, and don't forget to check the description box for all the buy links of products featured today. Thanks!